Hey, everybody, I'm John Granato. You can hear me mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. That's Josh Jordan. You can hear him on Sunday mornings talking money line on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, and he's also the editor of SportsMapHouston.com. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet so you get all of our content here on SportsMap. Hey, Josh, this week, Jeremy Brandon, he's on the Killer Bees, and Jeremy said that he thinks the Texans could acquire some players through free agency this offseason with the intention of rehabbing their value and flipping them for draft capital. Some of the guys he mentioned were guys like Leighton Vander Esch, Cam Robinson, Michael Gallup, J.C. Jackson. What do you think?
I think some of those guys fit that bill. I think others don't. J.C. Jackson, if he hits free agency, will be one of the top paid corners. The other guy on his list was Carlton Davis from the Bucs. He's also going to be one of the top paid corners. I mean like almost $20 million a year, like Jalen Ramsey type money. So I don't think that's something that the Texans are going to do. The ones that intrigue me a little bit is Leighton Vander Esch and Michael Gallup, because Gallup's coming off that ACL tear. You know, maybe they could rehab him and his value is more in a year or two. Leighton Vander Esch, same deal. He's had a lot of injuries, but that kind of worries you too about taking on injury guys with the hope of bringing their value back up when they could easily just get injured again.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought they did a nice job with the Hewitts and the Cameron Grugier-Hill and the other guys that they picked up in free agency. The defense isn't ready to take on big money free agent guys. And oh, by the way, if Leighton Vander Esch is going to sign, he's going to want to sign a long-term deal with a lot of money in it. So if you get rid of him, there's dead cap money that you're involved in here. And in those years, maybe in 2 years, that's when you may be starting to get ready to win. So I'm not sure about that. If you can get them where they don't sign long-term deals, then maybe. Michael Gallup. Hey, listen, Michael Gallup could definitely improve his stock coming here because there's no other receivers. Brandon Cooks, that's it. So Michael Gallup is going to get a lot of targets. So, yes, he absolutely could. And then, like you said, J.C. Jackson is going to get so much money. It just doesn't work in the NFL because of that dead cap hit that you're going to have to take with these guys.
100%. And the other thing to consider is the Texans, their cap number. They're at about 17, 18 million of cap space. But keep this in mind. They have to sign 8 guys to fill out their 53-man roster. So if you only have 17 or 18 million and you got to sign 8 guys and then you still have the draft coming, that is not as much cap space as it sounds like. You know, that's a lot of contracts they're going to have to hand out. And the other thing is these agents, they're going to want long-term good deals, for their players. They're not going to want to sign some squirrely contract to help the Texans out so that they could get out of the deal early. They're going to want to get the best deal for their client. So I think there could be some real challenges approaching it this way.
I don't mind signing those guys, Leighton Vander Esch, but I'd rather have him here. If he's going to be a good football player, if Michael Gallup's going to be a good football player, then Michael Gallup stay here. And you know what? He's got a good 4 or 5 years left in him where you can start to win with a veteran guy that maybe can teach younger guys how to play. If J.C. Jackson's going to come here, good. Then J.C. Jackson come here because you need good corners. And guess what? Stay here then. I would rather do that than flip them for something else. And then there's the question of, I don't know, Nick has given up some draft picks, later draft picks. Finley, he made some moves, how he maneuvered in the draft for Wallow, how he maneuvered in the draft, other draft moves that he's made. I'm not sure. Do you trust? I kind of liked his draft last year. He didn't have a first or second rounder, and he got guys that contributed, which is much better than Rick Smith did after the first round. He didn't get anybody that can contribute. So I don't mind him drafting. I'm not sure about him as a trader, though.
Yeah, I think the Deshaun Watson trade. Let's see what he gets for that. Then I'll be able to base my opinion on what I think Nick can do as far as trades moving forward. That's the big test for him. What can he get for Deshaun? Of course, the legal stuff could keep that from happening in a timely manner. That's not Nick's fault. But the Shaq Lawson deal wasn't great. We had that one before last season. So I think Nick Caserio's improving. I'm liking that I'm seeing improvement. But yeah, who knows? The trade stuff, that's unknown at this point with Nick.
Well, the jury's still out on Nick Caserio. I think, I'm just worried about him putting together a roster. I know he's not really great at hiring a coach. I already know that about him. And he doesn't really care about 5th, 6th round, 7th rounders because he just throws them away a lot. Just put together a good roster. That's all we want you to do, Nick. Just put together a good roster.
Fingers crossed.